Let me get your screen.
Okay,
up.
we are live on the GFP channel, and we probably have 0 people listening because I haven't been online for a while. Okay, let's see what. I assume we're live, anyways.
Well,
yep, we're live on the GFP channel.
And good evening. Good evening, everybody.
We've got no one watching right now. Oh, here we go. Hey, Lord. Cedius. I don't know, sounds like Latin there. Welcome to the chat screen. I mean, YouTube channel. And we've got looks all your people over there.
Oh, look at that. We have a room full of people.
So
all of a sudden.
Welcome to the GFP channel. Thank you, Niges View on Things. We have much to talk about.
Oh, we certainly have, Jeff. Absolutely humongous amounts. It's been about 3 years since we actually done one of these.
Yeah, and now because of the lockdown situation, I've got lots of time on my hands, and I'm getting paid for it. So hallelujah.
Yeah, funny enough, I'm at work and I'm getting paid for it. Well, I shouldn't shout about it because people at work actually watch my channel. So, hey, I'm at home. I'm not really at work, honest.
Right. He's working hard. I mean, yeah, whatever. Sarah Snyder, welcome. Seven Leisures, Max Streams. We got so many people, so much to talk about. Right on. It's we're gonna try and stay on as long as possible. Nige, how much time do you have?
Oh, at least 5 minutes.
We know time's got to fly fast. So,
oh, it certainly is.
Oh yeah, everybody's asked where I've been. So I guess it all started with Thanksgiving, then Christmas, and the chaos of the holidays. It was just a lot going on with the busyness, and then it just kind of fell into like being sick, and then my laptop breaking and fixing things, and then that compounded with them covering up the sky so well, I have a hardly having anything to show now. I mean, they're doing a great job, but I did catch something with my own 2 eyes with my cell phone, and we're going to show that here very soon. And it's quite, I think it's pretty impressive. And Nigel, I'd like to have your opinion on that as well. On what I think this may see something we're all going to see on April 3rd. So without any further ado, Nigel, I'm going to let you take the,
you're going to let me take the wheel? Oh,
you're going to take the wheel. But if you get a little nervous, I can grab it back, and maybe between the two of us, we could steer this ship.
Oh, look. Hello, everybody in the chat, by the way. Hello,
yes, I guess Tannis.
How are you doing? And yeah. Well, it's great to see everybody. Like I say, this is going to be quite an interesting stream. We're using a new bit of software, and hopefully everything will be fine. Let me go over to me tab button.
Let's see. I'll make sure we're going to do kick off some tests. Make sure you see all that you can see. You all hear us in the audience?
Hello, everybody.
Whoopsies. Yes, I guess. Can you still hear me?
I certainly can hear you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I turned on. I just don't want to have any players go in the background. All right. I guess we all can hear the sound. Looks good. Hello, Laura Kimball, Geezerman. Glad to all see you here. Again, just hard to show you stuff, and we're going to go over that too. How well they're masking the skies and deleting cameras that I used to show you all the time. Those classic pictures. And one of the most impressive ones, they've deleted all those shots too. So, yeah. We also have a website. I'm going to let Nige take over because he's my special guest here. We wanted to do this for a long time coming. Lone Wolf, welcome to the channel. And be sure to hit this thumbs up. Right on.
Definitely, 100%. Make sure you hit the thumbs up just to so this video gets shared, because if you don't, Google will just bury it if everybody, yeah.
Hey, Gina, good to see you here.
So I don't know if you can see my screen. Am I sharing my screen?
Let's see if I can. Let me make sure I enlarge that. I'm going to put that to the stream, and there we go. Can you guys all see it now? I believe you can. Let's just do a visual check here. You guys see that in the audience? Looks good. Looks like
the trouble is when you got a 20-second delay, it's very, very hard to work out.
Right. Okay. All right. Yeah. It's probably like, Yeah, 20 seconds about right. All right.
Anyway, so I've shared this story on my last video. Brazilian astronomer declares a celestial body entered the solar system monitored by space telescopes. And you've got to really wonder if the two are connected. And what I'm talking about, the other thing is the CV. I think everybody can agree that, well, most people say that you're trying to make something of nothing, but for me, the numbers don't really make any sense at all. If you look at the underlying what's going on, it looks like there's something more to this, because the numbers don't really match up with the reaction that our world governments are taking at this moment in time. I think you can agree. And apparently it's between Neptune and Saturn, and it's coming in through the Kuiper belt. So what I expect to see is a lot more meteorites and other bits and pieces come through the sky. I think you could agree, Griff.
Hello, Birmingham Skies. You made it. You had a hard time getting on my channel. It was weird. But yeah, I can make you moderator too if you like. I'm sorry. Some people, they've been blocking them. All right, go ahead, Nige. Sorry.
Yeah, I think you could agree that we're going to see a lot more fireballs in our sky if this is absolutely true. Unfortunately, I've got no way of checking this story out, but it is very interesting, the timing. And the man says at the bottom here, I mean, you've seen this video and these pictures so many different times about objects by the sun. I've shown videos about objects by the sun. There's many channels out there that are showing exactly the same thing. There's objects by the sun. And of course, they're all broken cameras. They're faulty cameras. They're lens flares.
Yeah, of course. It's always the camera's fault,
yeah.
Right?
Yeah, of course. And maybe that is true for some cases, because we're only getting a picture. Video tells a much bigger story. And this astronomer, Tio, he says it could be the infamous planet Nibiru. We also may wonder if it's a giant alien mothership, like the one that's been recorded on the Soho heliospheric spacecraft. The question arises to the astronomer Tio, could it be that what is happening on Earth now, the pandemic, is in direct connection with the presence of this unidentified space object? We'll just have to wait for further developments and on the movement of this space object, which is large in size and is approaching Earth. So it makes you wonder the response that's going on because of what's happening throughout the world. Is this anything to do with it? And if we had confirmation, but our world governments would never tell us, because look at what's going on over the flu. I mean, they're nicking toilet roll like it's gone out of fashion. What's that all about? But because of the response of what they've got, just because of maybe a little bit of influenza, and maybe there is a lot more to this story, don't you think, Jeff? You know, I mean, we don't really know.
Like they like to control the narrative. A question: isn't this the mainstream astronomers, mainstream news that we see here? Is this, I'm not this article here.
This comes from a Brazilian paper, so I wouldn't even know how to pronounce that because it's actually in Italian, but good old Google Translate. So it most probably says something totally different in English, but yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? So if it is true, everything sort of like marries up and matches up to what is going on. I mean, many people don't even believe the fact that there's a sun simulator. They when I say to people there's a sun simulator, they look at me very strangely. They go, well, why would they have a sun simulator? The reason for a sun simulator isn't to actually produce heat in any way, shape or form. It's there to produce a light which is really blinding. I think everybody can agree, as you're driving down the road or looking up, it is blinding. And it's got a blue tinge around the outside. If you've got an LED light and you look at those LED lights, especially on cars driving down the road, you get the blue tinge around the outside. And it doesn't replace our sun. Everybody's got to understand our sun is still there in the sky. No sun, no life. End of story. Don't even get me started on that.
Yes.
Yeah. The sun simulator, like you said to me a little bit earlier, Jeff, is there. And especially a lot of people that believe in flat Earth, there are reasons behind the sun simulator. If you'd like to explain that one, I think you explained it quite well to me.
Yeah, because the thinking is that people are observing a sun that does appear very close to the sky, and that's because it is. It's approximately 250 miles is the altitude of the sun simulator. It basically sits between us and the sun. So every time a planetary body eclipses our sun, an unexpected solar or lunar eclipse, that we need to have a sun shining like the sun during these eclipses. And lately during these eclipses, we've been seeing the super dark sun halos and a diminished light as well. Or not only diminished light, but diminished heat. If you can feel the heat of the sun diminish during some of these halos, and even moon halos as well, with moon dogs, right?
That's correct. And the only way I can see that we get like a sun halo or a moon halo is because we got a lens system. And I've shown this so many different times, as have you yourself. You've got many videos of the lens systems that are in the sky. And for me, what I'm looking at is a lens system being projected backwards onto the chemtrails. Sorry, exactly. No. I lie. They're clouds, nothing more. Sorry, no, actually.
Yeah, right. You just said the C word. Whoopsies. Some call it chumtail now, right? The chumps.
But that is the reason that we're getting to see those halos, and you get to see the north, south, east, and west sundogs, and that's because the light's bleeding out the side of the lens itself.
Exactly, outside the lens. And I think a lot of times we see it as where the other lenses are merging. And we've now seen moon dogs. Just the same way you see the sun dogs during those halos, it's now happening with the moon. So like they're cranking up the sun so even greater. So
yeah.
We had some you had some footage you want to show us?
I have.
Or indeed. Should I jump right? You know what? Can we jump right into one video I want to show everybody? And I wanted your opinion on it.
Jeff, far away, young man. Please do.
All right. This is an exclusive. It had this is going to be wild. Okay, so this was taken on March 6th of this month in Reno, Nevada. This was approximately 14 days ago. Now, I'm just going to play the whole short video. I actually made 2 short videos of this. And the weather forecast. Go ahead.
Is this footage that you took yourself?
I did. That's my cell phone.
Okay.
And you can see the chemtrail right here, trying to hide this thing. And see, I don't know if you can see my cursor, but the sun was approximately right here. And it's stayed there Jeff, for about 4 hours. What's that? Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. You're probably
not a problem. It's technology.
I'm glad you're here, man. I got all that.
Sure. We're here in the Matrix, Jeff.
All right. Okay. Share the whole screen. I'm gonna bust this. There we go. Okay, let me go back to this video. All right. Let me know when y'all see it.
No.
Until I take 20-second delay.
What I can see on my end is your avatar.
As I said, maybe I have to add it screen real quick. Hold on. It says remove from screen.
Oh, there you go.
Okay. There we go. Here we go. Now let me enlarge this.
Perfect.
Okay, so I can't look at the chat room, see your opinion on it. So you guys see that? I'll make sure everybody sees in the chat room, and then I'm going to play the video. Again, this was taken at noon. You can see the sun was literally high in the sky. The forecast was mostly sunny. This was stayed in that position. It tracked with the sun for at least 4 hours, which I thought all by itself was unusual. Clouds at that altitude should have blown over. And I also noticed the shadow we see right here. You guys see the kind of a circle, big dark circle here as well.
Yeah, it's a big football in the sky, isn't it?
You see that? Okay, you do see that on share. I can't see the chat room and show this at the same time. So I'm going to play
Yes,
the video
everybody
real
can
quick.
see.
And I also noticed the tail behind this thing. And because I'm going to show right there, you guys see kind of how that has a tail to it. I'll play it. I'll pause where the tail sits. And you know how the picture really never does it justice. If you just had to be like, that is just the weirdest thing I ever saw. You see how that just has this tail like right here, right? That tail stood there for hours as well.
I mean, it does look like a great big ball in the sky, that's for sure.
Yeah. I had another
It
short.
certainly doesn't look very, very natural at all.
Exactly. And here's a theory that I have, and it fits this timing, because if this is the 28-day object, I do believe, because it stood there for so long, to be the red Kachina. I'm just a theory. And if it follows a 28-day cycle, then we're going to be looking for this thing on a global scale between April 3rd and 4th. And it just seems to follow this timeline. So just keep an eye out for it. And if you see anything like this in your skies, I would like to get those videos, or post a link, send me the link. And here is the web camera where I showed you the red Kachina here. You can send you the link in the chat room in a minute. And you could see the footage that I caught from the red Kachina was actually at 6:30 that you can no longer go any further back. You could see that they spared this one footage right in the middle, but all these snapshots are gone. And what that was, let's see if I could find this snapshot here. And we'll go back to I just because I think it's relevant to what I actually captured in Germany in this this video. I'll have to play this commercial real quick. Hold on. And what I found was what we saw in the sky just before the red Kachina actually appeared. And this was on the Dill Martin. We saw this thing pass in front of the sky. And I think this is so it was on this camera. Let me enlarge this. This is what we saw right before the red Kachina actually appeared. I paused. You guys see the same pattern here? Now watch what emerges a few minutes later, 10 minutes later. If you look, this was October 2018, October 31st, and this was 7:40. So we're going to go back in time on this, and we're going to show you what appears next. It's gone on the footage now, but it's still here. You guys see it almost looks the same, doesn't it? What do you think?
And you definitely can see a big red ball right in the center.
Yeah,
there.
big red ball.
Red, that's for sure.
And they just, but I like what I saw, what we saw leading up to it, like here, and then looked like the tail flipped over as it passed the other side. And now we can see that it's gone. And we've seen other people on my YouTube channel. I had other snapshots, but that one right there, that's what I expect to see. The planetary object and its tail. This particular planet I think is the red Kachina, because it's red, number one, and it's speed, and it has a single tail. But that's just my theory. All right. So back to I'll turn off the screen share. I thought that was pretty cool.
Well, it is very, very cool. But the trouble is there's still a lot of people out there that will believe that you sat down with Photoshop and Photoshopped those pictures. And they really need to get real, because all these cameras are not faked. You know, we don't sit there for hours and hours photoshopping pictures, that's for sure.
Yeah.
These things are there in the sky for everybody to see if you're going to pay attention. The trouble is, I haven't seen the sky. Well, in England, we've had about 2 or 3 days over the past 2 or 3 weeks. It's just been overcast near enough every single day. It's been raining. It's been horrible. And they've been, of course, geoengineering in our sky. You can see that just on the right-hand side of that video.
Right. And this was captured probably 30 minutes later. Look, it looks the same. It's got the same tail. And it just moved like that across the whole sky, just like that. So I captured 2 separate videos. Like I went back outside and did this again, trying from a little different angle. And you can see, I was like, and again, when you see stuff like this, just look at the weather and see what the weather forecast was. I'm going to bet you that at this point in time, it was mostly cloudy. But even the weather forecasters all said it was. So there's your tail. And then you got this big round object right here. Total manipulation of the clouds. Yeah, that I thought was pretty amazing to me. I have a hard time showing that. Let me stop the screen share. All right, all right, Nige, you can go ahead and take over.
Absolutely no problem. Right, what I'm going to do is show an application window. Oh, it's all technical, isn't it?
Yeah, so as soon as you share the screen, I will enlarge it for everybody to see.
Right, what I'm going to do is show a clip from the Xeon Warrior, or the Zion Warrior, and he shows the sun simulator. For all those people that don't believe, like I say, there's a sun simulator in the sky, and most people in the chat certainly do, because that's why you're here. And maybe some of you have actually seen this footage. For me, what we're looking at is one of the best. Let me just turn the volume down here.
Okay.
You can actually see that that thing is actually spin.
Right. And that helped a lot of my theories about this spinning thing. And you had some interesting information about why the cameras can pick up the black dot and why not. And it makes perfect sense. It's kind of about frequency and timing, right? But I explained what that black dot was, the equipment. I know there's even channels amongst us that still want to say that's just a camera abnormality. And I got to say this. Okay, if that is true of that camera, then it should, that particular camera should always show the black dot or never show it, not off and on. But that's not what we see. We see it intermittently on these cameras. So it's either always going to show the full sun or it's not. You can't say it's a camera, and then sometimes you see the sun on the same bright camera. You don't see the black dot. So to me, I believe it's the angle of it, the way we view it, and what Niges has to say about it. Go ahead.
Right. So if you go over to, let me just share this. Wow. Technology. Push the right buttons, and it does work. I'm sure it does.
It's all good. So for those that are late to the show, I think we're going to go over this again. So it's all good. Hopefully we're going to recover some of the best parts, the highlights, because we kind of did this, for Nige on England time and me on the Pacific West Coast timeline. It's hard for us to coordinate our times because either you're going to bed and I'm just waking up,
Let's see if we can get this right. This is what happens when you've got 10 million windows open. Right. Let's share the entire screen. It'd be much easier. And here we go. Can you see that, Jeff?
Let's see. Not yet. Let me see if I can let me add it to the stream and enlarge it. I think we should be able to see it now.
Okay. So what we're looking at is from the Sony website, and it talks about the major sunspot defect on cameras, which I find quite interesting. There's a lot of people will try and tell us.
Hold up a second. I think we're still waiting. There he is. Okay. Now the audience is seeing this live. Remember the 20-second delay. All right.
Yeah. So like I said, we're looking at the Sony website, and it's a major sunspot defect that everybody's complaining about, that black dot on the sun. Let me see if I can find the article just here. And right, here we go. You're right, Andrew. I can force mine into, as you said, into power 25, a small window exposure that appears, but just as a light grey circle. That tells me something straight away. If we go down to the next comment here, I've noticed almost all European shooters who are reporting the sunspot bug. Sure enough, I switched to NTSC 24 and the problem is gone. So for me, what I'm saying is, when we're looking at this black spot on the sun, if you're sitting there taking pictures and you can't see it, if you change to PAL or change the settings on the camera, you most probably will. By changing the settings on your camera, you're changing the frequency. I actually made a video about this, and I go into greater depth. So the difference between PAL and NTSC, like I say, is a frequency. So we get to see that black spot sometimes on certain cameras, but
Actually,
we don't.
let me elaborate on that setting with this frequency. So basically, you've got European and American frequencies for like indoor lighting, for example, which proves the very fact that this is a sun simulator. With our power that we have in America, we're on a 60 hertz cycle. So all the lights and the TV sets and everything are flashing faster than the human eye can see. But in order to match that with the refresh, with the capture rate of the camera that's watching it, it needs to be in sync with our power grid cycle, which is 60 hertz. In Europe, it's 50. So if it's out of phase and out of sync, that's when we see the strangeness. And if we set watch indoor lighting or watch a TV set, and you have your camera set to the European mode, which you're seeing the 50 cycle mode, that's when we could see through this thing. So I was just gonna.
I think that's a great explanation. But down here on the screen, you can see that if too much light infringes on the pixel, some CMOS image sensors will overload and everything turns black. And why would we actually get that reflection on water, which many people have seen? That doesn't make any sense. Yeah. But there you go. Right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you, let me stop screen sharing this, and I'm going to show you something else, which I think is very, very relevant. And I'll just share the entire screen. That'll do.
Okay.
Right. So we're sharing that. Yep. Not a problem.
Are you sure you're not sharing anything right now?
I have.
So I have to, each time one of us share, I have to add it to the stream and then enlarge it.
Right. Okay. So application window and entire screen. Okay.
Are you in the StreamYard sharing your screen through that? So
yeah, certainly am.
Huh. So I'm not seeing. All I see is your avatar. Let's see if I show. Yeah, go back and click on. Go click on your. I don't know if I've got tabs open on mine. So if you're in the StreamYard and you get the share screen button. That doesn't look like you're. Let's see.
Right, I'll hit the screen share again. Application window. And
there it goes. All right, now we're good. Okay.
Excellent. So what
we're about 20 seconds for it to come up on the live.
Right. What I'm going to do is very, very quickly.
So I'll let you know. It's still waiting for the live. There it goes. All right. So now you're sharing your desktop with the world. There you go. Siam Warrior channel.
Right, we've got a picture up here. I've done this video quite some time ago. We got 8 pictures, and can anybody tell me what we're looking at here? How about you, Jeff? Would you like to have a guess at what we're looking at?
You tell. Let's take a look. Looks like a bunch of TV screens.
What I'm going to do is just turn the audio down here. We're looking at 8 pictures, right? So the first picture, I'm going to let you into a little secret, and I'm going to tell you what we're looking at. I'm just going to hit the play button and let it play through. Now I've turned the audio off. It's much better. I can hear exactly what you're saying. The first picture we're going to look at is our sun. Okay. And hopefully this is playing, which it is. And there's nothing wrong. Well, there's everything wrong with our sun. Eventually it will get there. Right, so there you go. The first picture is our sun, and what I'm going to do is zoom out.
Yeah, we're still, all I see is your screen top, so I don't know if you've enlarged it or yet, because I'm not seeing your, let's see if there's anything I need to do. I've got, Yeah, you're showing your desktop. I see 4 of the videos. None's being played at this second. So
Oh, I
maybe
can see it.
Are you playing the video?
I certainly am.
Huh, we're not seeing it here. I still see the 4 MP4 file icons.
It looks like the lag's about 60 seconds now.
Oh, maybe that's what it is. I gotta turn
Well, it's definitely lagging more. That's for sure.
Yeah. So,
well,
but it is playing on your side, right?
Everybody to the chat.
Yeah, welcome everybody. Yeah.
I'm
Do
watching
you guys
it
see
live.
his desktop at least?
Yeah, that's quite strange. I'll tell you what I'll do then. In that case, I will do this because it might not actually be playing. Let's have a look here. And I'll stop the sharing and I will do, I've left that window open and screen share, and we'll try application windows, and I'll just share the entire screen. That'll be much easier.
Yeah. Maybe it's just trying to share the.
Right. Okay. There you go.
Let's see if I can get it. Oh, there we go. Now we enlarge that. There we go. Now we see it.
Right. We'll start again. Don't we love technology?
Okay. So
here we go. We got 8 pictures. And what I'm going to do is just play the video. Like I said, I made this video quite some time ago. And the first picture you're just about to see, I'm going to let you into a little secret. It is our sun. But what are the rest of the pictures? Are you looking at the sun or the moon? What do you think, Jeff?
that looks like the sun.
Well, number one, definitely 100% is our sun. There is no question about what you're looking at there. Although, I've got to say, that is a very, very strange looking sun. I think you can agree. Definitely not right at all. Very red around
brown,
the outside.
Right? Yeah.
Well, that's down to the clouds. You know what I mean?
Oh,
but it's very, very red around the outside. But then we're going to have a look at number 2. And it'd be better if I could actually hear the audio. So what are we looking at now? What do you think we're looking at? Is the sun or the moon?
That'd be anybody's guess. I would say the sun, because it looks like a source of light than reflected light.
I'm not going to tell you exactly what it is just yet, though.
I mean, it looked more like the sun.
But around the outside here, you can see.
But not the true sun, because we know the sun is yellow.
Ah. But you've still got the red around the outside of this, and you've still got that strange lighting effect.
Yes. And I believe that's because of the type of light in the lenses that we're looking through. When we see this light in the, we can go into further detail about the lens petals, right?
Sure. So what do you think you're looking at now? Is it the sun or the moon? I hope you're all playing along in the chat. There you go. We've got the petal effect around the outside, and it's red round here.
Right.
And something I really need to point out here is look how blue it is around the outside on here, and look how white it is. But are we looking at our sun or our moon? And yet again, that petal effect. Or number 5. What do you think we're looking at there, Jeff?
I would say that probably means the moon simulator.
And then we got number 6, which is still red around the outside, white on the inside. And yet again, on every single picture, we have the petal effect around the outside. Yet again, very, very, very white.
Yep.
Unfortunately, you can't hear that. What was really, really strange, it sounded like somebody talking in the background. But yet again, and we got the petal effect on every single picture. So we got 7 photos there. Yeah. Now, what do you think you're looking at? Let's go through them one by one. Number 2.
Number 2.
What you're looking at is an LED light. Look at the lens flare. Look at the petal effect around the outside, and we get this petal effect around our sun. The red ring, the blue ring. Number 3, we're looking at our moon with the petal effect around the outside. Number 4 is our sun with the petal effect around the outside and a blue object just there.
Wow. There you go. Slam dunk. You get the same effect, like just like a flashlight, right? And
right, number
I've
5.
seen this experiment before. Number 5. That's what I call the moon. So what is it?
It's a sodium light. And you can see just here, there's a number 3 and a number 3 up there. And there's something printed just there. Number 6, what you're looking at is the moon with the petal effect around the outside. Number 7 is the moon with the petal effect around the outside. And number 8, now we've seen this picture. We're looking at the lens system. Very, very great detail of the lens system here. As you've caught many times as well yourself, Jeff. But
right.
It's red around the outside. We've got the blue light around the outside. We've got the petal effect around the outside. The interesting thing about the petal effect, I thought it was part of the lensing system. And I discovered that if you were looking at, let me just close this and open this just here. And right, this video, what we're looking at, this is an Australian video. And for me, it is very, very interesting. This was really what actually got me started on the LED sun simulator. I took this back in 2016, maybe a little bit earlier than that. We have the sun going past the great big lens system, which is just over here. And just here, what can we see? I'm going to zoom in and I'm going to show you. For me, what we're looking at is the LED banks on the LED sun simulator being projected backwards onto the onto the camera itself, just there. And I think everybody can just see that.
Yep.
You've got square patterns all over the screen here. That just actually reminds me of an LED. So I put a filter on it and hey presto, it comes out a lot more.
Yep.
So here we go. We're going to get into this a little bit deeper. You can see that there, right? Let me just stop the video just here. Now, we've seen the petal effect around the outside. In every single case, we get the red lens flare here. We also get this purple lens flare here. Yeah.
Right.
We get the blue around the outside, which to me proves that this is an electrical device up in the sky. It's white, it's blue. We get this effect around the outside. We get this lens flare up here.
Yep.
Right. So if we continue.
Huh. I guess that brings up the topic of Project Bluebeam, and I think that's interesting too. I do believe Project Bluebeam is exclusively, pretty much, is the fake alien invasion, right?
Yeah.
And I noticed, I saw like when they were using the projector to project onto one of the most powerful projectors that man has created yet.
Oh, I'm very sorry about that. I don't know where that actually come from, that bit there.
Oh,
yeah, we won't actually mention that. But what I'm doing on this video, sorry to interrupt.
That's okay, sorry.
Is I'm just explaining and you can't hear it as I can, what's actually going on. Unfortunately, I can't fast forward without. Okay, so just here, we've got this purple lens flare just here, and then we've got this big round ball here. Yeah, this blue thing underneath our sun simulator is part of the lensing system. At a later time, we get to see that with a ring round the outside. Let me just move it forward a little bit further. And if you look here, you can see we get a similar sort of effect just here. We're looking at a big light, and everybody that's been looking at those sun pictures, we get these lines coming off the sun.
Yes. Two of them.
Exactly. Well, I found that every light has its own fingerprint in its own right, if you understand me. So what I found is, as we go through, let me just move it forward, we could see these rays of light coming off. These are part of the lensing system, and those lights just here. We can see this moving about just here. And right, let's just move it forwards. What we're now looking at is a light inside a car, right? This is a festoon bulb. It's a 5-watt light, which you've got inside your car, or anybody that drives a car has. And funny enough, what does it produce? We'll never know, because I pushed the button the wrong way.
Let's see. Oh, hold on a second. Let me let me enlarge that. There we go. I should be on the live stream now. I'm waiting for this to catch up. Oh, hold on. Yeah, you guys should be watching it. We're good.
I can see. Yeah, we can see that. Yeah, so, like I said, that's a 5-watt festoon bulb in my car. Yeah, and something that I did notice with this is we've got an electrical light, and we've already just seen on that demonstration that I showed you of 8 pictures, 2 of those were electrical lights. So we got the sun, we've got the moon, and the reason we get the petal effect around the moon is because the sun simulator is being projected onto the moon. Yeah, at the moment the moon is very, very red. To make it look normal, because what color should it be? It should be yellow, because the sun is yellow, so it throws yellow light onto our moon, so it gives us that yellow effect. But what we're looking at is a white moon, and when we get a white moon, we get this petal effect around the outside.
Exactly.
And also on this petal effect that comes off this electric light, look just here, we've got exactly the same effect that's going on. Okay,
exactly, so, same exact pattern.
So even right down to, there you go, exactly the same as what you get off the sun. I think you can agree.
Yep, totally. And we've seen some of the most bizarre, go back and play some of the stuff too, of all these effects that we're seeing in our skies. The bizarre sun halos, and it only gets stranger. And I notice in my area are less chemtrails and more cloud manipulation.
But also what people say is this effect happens because of the camera. But the trouble is, I don't get, when I take pictures of the sun, I don't get this every single time. This is something that comes and goes. It doesn't happen always. So for me, if it was a camera malfunction, it would happen all the time.
Back to what we said about if you've got a camera, whether it's the black dot or these lens puddles, it's either always going to be there, it's never going to be there if it's something on the camera. If you look at the sun one day and you see lens puddles, and you go out the next day and you don't see lens puddles, it's the same bright sun. That's not the camera.
Exactly. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you the ultimate sun simulator proof. I've missed bits out on this, really. There's many things that I could have shown you and I haven't.
Okay, so we got new people in the audience, so maybe we can go over why a sun simulator and why that's even important. And maybe we should play that video too with the sun simulator commercial.
Oh, yes, indeed. Right. So the reason behind why we've got a sun simulator is not to replace our sun. With the chemtrails, clouds and the lens system and what they're spraying in the sky, you've got no chance of seeing absolutely anything at all. The idea of the sun simulator is not to produce heat. Unfortunately, it does because it's got a lens in front of it. And also the sun being in our sky, which gives life. So no sun, no life. I'm not going to even get started on that. But when you've got a sun and you put a lens in front of it, we all end up being in a great big greenhouse. And many people out there are being burnt to a crisp, even when it's not sunny, even in weather like this that we're getting all over the world at the moment. Even when it's cloudy, we're still getting burnt. So the idea of the sun simulator is to hide things, not actually mimic our sun. So we're looking at this video here, and it really just makes me laugh because this is an LED light. Around the outside, you can see that what looks like a sun halo. Down here, we've got this object here, and off to different sides, we've got those lines that we get off the sun. So what I'm going to do is just hit the play button. I'm going to move this to, let me see, I did actually mark it. 20 there you go. Right, so what I'm now going to do is just play this, so you can see absolutely nothing happening. There's a few bits and pieces flying about in the sky, and unfortunately, because this is at work, I can't show you the whole screen. I'll get myself into trouble. But something interesting happens, and like I say, the sun simulator, the black dot on that sun simulator actually works as a frequency, and if it happens to be tuned in just properly, guess what you get to see? And look at that as it rolls past the camera. Now this thing speeds up to a very, very fast rate of knots, and also it slows down to a dead stop, as you can see here, and actually you don't get to see anything. So when we see the black dot on the sun simulator, or we do or we don't, it's because of a frequency. And the only reason we get to see it, we can't see it with our own eyes. We can use a video camera or a digital camera to get to see what's going on. Now, if I move the video forwards just a little bit further, you can see it's really slowed down. Let's go back a little bit there. And there you go. For me, that just proves the sun simulator is up there in the sky. LED light, black dots. Right now, if the frequency wasn't changing, that black dot wouldn't move. But as we go further through the video, and let's make sure I'm playing that.
Yeah, because in case you're new, if you're new to the channel, you just started watching, the black dot is the black dot we're seeing on a lot of these cameras. So or your own cell phone, by the way, which there is no shutter. And we have footage of people catching the black dot on cameras and different reflected objects as well. Again, so I got to repeat this. If it was on the camera, that camera should always show the black dot. It should never be intermittent. So every time you look at the bright sun and the bright, it should just always be a black dot, not back and forth. The next day you see it, one day you don't.
Exactly. Hey, so
I would like to play the commercial when you got a chance. So let me know when I can.
Yeah, you're far away. I'll that's it. There you go. There you go, Jeff.
All right, folks. I'm gonna play a quick snapshot of a little mockery of the sun simulator. Actually, I believe it's a what do they call it? Predictive programming, right? They kind of tell us the truth, but not really directly about it. So let me share the screen real quick. Let's see, we get the whole screen, and we'll add that. We'll enlarge the screen. Okay.
Jeff, if you don't mind, I've just got to pop off for about a minute.
Go ahead.
I'll be back.
Go ahead and mute your mic. Okay, folks. Let's see if you can see the screen yet. I'm waiting for to show up on the main screen here. When you see my desktop, I'm about to play the Sun Simulator commercial. It came out delivering tomorrow by AO. Okay. Looks like we're going live. Okay, so here we go. I'll make sure the desktop's catching up with us here. Okay. I'm going to play it several times so you guys don't miss it. Because I can't have full screen and watch the comments at the same time. Here we go. Sorry for the lack of sound. I don't think you're going to hear it. I can crank it up. Yeah. All right, so we're not going to hear the sound. Anyways, not much to hear except the ominous music they play in the background. This is a commercial by AO. It came out approximately just over a year ago. So these guys come out in the factory. These guys work on the sun simulator. Look at this sun. I'm gonna have to pause. There's some comical points to hear. Very funny. I'm gonna play it through again. They chase out to the sun. The sun is flashing. I honestly think that this is predictive programming, but the sun is going to go out. There are going to be 3 days of darkness. And it's not going to be because not only did the sun simulator went out, but it's also going to get eclipsed by a planet. And we're going to see what's really happening, guys. So when they keep something shining like the sun while the true sun is being eclipsed by Planet X, Kachina, or Herbaculus, or whatever you want to call that planet. So I'll play this again a few times, make sure everybody sees this. Why would they crack a commercial like this, right? You think little old me, Jeff P, would be the cause of why they created something like this, mocking the sun simulator? I don't think so. The quality of this video is actually pretty good. And notice how it's a white sun in the video as well, right? It's kind of... I was also looking at clues at this thing too, because look at the kilowatts of this sun simulator light bulb. I don't know, guys, you can see this. It's 174 quadrillion watts, right? All right, see that? Sun, fragile, handle with care. Right. It's funny how this thing tweaks up and down size, because right there it's the size of a forklift, and then when they go to the video, it's even bigger. Right? That looks like maybe 6 feet tall. But look how big the light bulb really is when they get to it. It's like, is that 6 feet or 12 feet? Yeah, kind of funny. There's your 3 days of darkness. Everybody's wondering what's going on. Don't worry. Stare at your cell phone. Nothing to see here. Oh, look, the sun's back up. Right? And how many? I've shown the flickering sun videos. So this thing is failing. All right. Let's see if I can shrink this down. And in case you missed it, I'm going to go back and play the videos that I showed while you were gone. You guys that missed this. And a cloud formation that I saw privately loaded to my video that I caught on March 6th this year, just a few days ago. This is what we're seeing now. Okay, so we're going to go back to what I captured in Reno, Nevada at noon when the weather was mostly sunny. Okay, mostly sunny. I haven't posted videos because I can't find anything compelling to watch because they're doing such an excellent job hiding everything. The cameras are either offline, like I'm going to show you next. This was in Reno, Nevada at noon. I believe what we had was an eclipse of the sun. This was in our sky for 4 hours tracking with the sun. It was windy out, but the clouds didn't blow along with the wind. Let me enlarge this. You guys see this nice dark shadow? This was literally the sun is about where my cursor is, right in the center of the screen is pretty much where the sun was. And it was dark out. And you're going to see the chemtrail planes in full force. There was a chemtrail tracking here and another one to the right. And then you're also going to see a tail on this thing, which I believe is to the left of this right there. this thing, that tail remained there as well for 4 hours as the whole thing followed with the sun. Let me play that again. And I'll pause it about where the tail was. We could see where this tail remained right behind it. This cell phone really didn't do any justice for what I personally saw there. It was pretty crazy. And I suspect that we may see this again like this on a much larger scale, like more people seeing it. If this is the 28-day cycle planet, then that should land it about April 3rd or April 4th. So just a heads up on those 2 dates. And then we've got captured at a slightly different angle. And this was about, I'd say about 40 minutes later. Notice nothing really changed. You see the sun is moving behind the building more. And I think I try and catch her a bigger. You see how this tail comes to a point right here? I mean, it was just too perfect. Look at that. And here we still have this large dark shadow just completely blocking the sun out. Mostly sunny. Do you see how much cloud cover we had that day? Look at the chemtrail planes desperately trying to hide this thing. I think we're going to see this on a much larger scale in just a couple of weeks. Wow. And where did we see that before? So I want you to remember this sighting with this cloud formation here. And now we're going to show you what I captured from this deleted camera here. These frames that were cut. Hey, welcome back, Nige. We're just going back over what they missed. We have a lot of new watchers now.
Good evening, young Jeff. Glad to be
back. Good to see you too, Nige. Okay, so I just showed what I captured in Reno, and then I was going to match that up with what I caught in the. Let's see. We're going to go. I can go back and post it here if I find the footage. Jeff, go live. I've got so many tabs open. You see my screen too, right? We're good.
Yep, I can see you absolutely perfect.
We all see it. So again, I posted this video a few times, yet capturing the same image. This object, the only proof of I have it now. Actually, I have it on it. I actually saved it. Actually, let me play this through real quick. And we could watch this thing. This appeared on Halloween of 2008 in Germany across this hotel. And we believe this red planet was seen twice. So here is a kind of a video snapshot. I'm playing the video. This is, if you could look, you could see this is the 2018, October 22nd. I'm going to go, I was proven to the fact I was doing this on a live, that this was not something photoshopped. At the time I invited you to go look, you should have looked. It's too late now. The frames are now gone, but the link was still in the description box. And trust me, I'm looking at this camera every day, hoping for another appearing of this. So let me fast forward to, I'm fast forwarding it now. I'm going to freeze it when you start to see that planet right there. Okay. You saw it here first. You saw it somewhere else. They copied. This is not copyrighted. Anybody could have went there and downloaded that photo. So, which is fine. And I never copyright anybody on this channel, even the trolls. So what I'm going to do next is what we saw the preceding this. Look at the tail formation of this when we seen this thing through the chum trails, right? Look what happens after this thing passes through. Look at the evidence of the same planetary shadows that we saw. And yes, we can see these things up close. Its effects do affect our planet in the form of sinkholes, strange birds, strange animals, strange tides, bigger and bigger hailstorms. Look at the tail that it shows here. And look how it's cast. And we're seeing these tail-like patterns in our skies all the time. I think this is exactly what they're hiding.
And each day goes by, it seems to be becoming more and more. I mean, the weather is really, unbelievable now all around the world. People are just going, well, it's just the weather. Of course,
Right.
it's just the weather, but something seems to be influencing everything that's going on. Everything seems to be building up to a crescendo, and
Yes.
especially when they're telling us that that event is going to happen. But it seems like, what event are you talking about? Because you're talking about so many different ones at this particular moment in time. Something is going to happen.
Yeah.
But what's going to happen first? The earthquake, the volcano, the tsunami. The tides are going out beyond places that we've never seen before, you know?
Right. Strange tides, right?
Oh,
I mean,
very, very strange tides, yeah.
yeah. And check out this screenshot here. This was about 45 minutes after the planet had passed by. We see this thin chemtrail cloud. Whatever. I'm going to go ahead and say it. I don't care. Whatever. This is thin. So why is it dark here? Right. And it just persists there for hours. It should be blowing away with the wind. And for those of you who want to catch this thing, I would suggest that when you see a dark shadow through a planet, I mean, through a cloud or whatever it is, see if the cloud is moving, but the shadow stays in the same place. It's not moving with the cloud. You follow me with that? Over like time lapse. So if you catch time lapse, and we would have seen this shape remaining there and noticing the clouds passing over it while the dark shadow just stays there. It's not moving with the clouds. It would have looked pretty awesome to catch this on video, which this camera does now. And what we could see that was taken on the 18th. And then we go back to this link that I left in the description. Remember, I said that was at 6:50 or 6:30. You could see all those frames are gone showing this. It's gone. So the opportunity to view is now gone. Again, it's pretty frustrating to make videos when they're wiping stuff out all the time or completely offlining all our videos. And maybe we can go over that as well.
Oh. Yeah, definitely 100%, because a lot of the cameras that we used to look at, we can't actually see anything at all. They've taken them down.
Right. And go ahead.
So, I'm sorry, Jeff. They all seem to be breaking free. Yeah.
Yeah. And now we're also seeing these strange X's, right? And I believe this is a convergence of the lenses that are in front of the sun simulator. Now everybody's seeing these X's. And I saw one that was extra compelling because this actually was caught on video. These are new.
Wow.
And I actually caught that with my own 2 eyes and put my hand in front of that. And it was actually pretty warm, just like a focal lens right there, burning us like an ant. This is where I find neat, because now we're looking at the sun itself that's creating this image.
Well, you can see the lens in front of that.
Yeah.
And you can see it being reflected onto the lens of the camera. This is what I'm saying about projection or projected images, especially when we get to see the red spinning planet. We get to see that because it's being projected backwards onto the lens of the camera. If you're actually wearing glasses, you might actually get to see it as exactly the same thing.
So this was a series of videos that was taken over time. Look how big this one is as it moved up the brick wall. Same sub, a few hours later.
I'm sure Birmingham Skies caught something very, very similar, didn't he?
Who? Birmingham says, yes, we can go to his channel, right?
Yeah, I'm sure that would be absolutely fine. Are you in the chat there, young man?
Yes, he was in the chat. Sorry. Thank you for all your hard work you've done. He really helped. I
would like to thank each and every one of you that have contributed to me and Jeff, and you know, shown what's up there in the skies. There are so many people there that are showing stuff that really shouldn't be on camera, you know.
Right. Birmingham Sky still had caught one of the #1 things. If you can get within what I call the cones of light, where these things are coming down, we actually saw the spiraling. What do they call those? Hyperbolic blades of revolution that was from the sun patent. And I had a lot of videos that this thing is actually fast spinning around. And you know what? The Zion Warrior actually had that on his channel. And I had the collection of these spinning dots that we saw. And again, if that was a camera, why is it spinning? And why does it look like a cube? Right? So this is a series of videos, short videos. There was one that showed. Oh, got too many sound going on here. All right. There was one that I actually managed to catch, I believe, the 4 rays that were coming off the sun, which I think is right off this X. And many want to say that I was kind of speculating the whole wheel in the sky. Maybe WSO, MB3, even Dabu 7 caught it. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? I can't see the chat and do this at the same time. So, anyways, yeah, I don't think that was it. Actually, it was too big, and I'm glad I didn't post any videos on that because it seemed to have been debunked by the very person that posted it. So it was a framing that was inside the lens, which is interesting because it's kind of looked like something like this. It's kind of funny. The structure, that is something you would have in a telescope, right?
Yeah, I've actually got what everybody's been posting on video. So if you look at suspicious observers, he's talking about that wheel that's going past on the Soho.
Right. The Soho one.
That's Venus. I'm sure that's swamp gas. Now, Mr. MBB actually done something on that, and he said that Planet X,
the Planet X channel submitted it in an email.
He said that was actually part of the telescope causing that problem.
Exactly. And I kind of wonder about that. I don't know. What is your thoughts? Because someone posted something interesting in the comment section on that debunk or whatever, the correction, that why did it not follow with the camera? And I don't know. I didn't personally observe it close enough to say that was a true debunk or not. So, but I don't think it's this.
Well, how about this then? I've actually got a video of that with that in.
Oh, you do?
I do indeed. What I will do, I will find it and I will get back to you.
Okay. Let's see if I can go to the chat room. I had Birmingham Skies in here. He posted a video and it was amazing. Actually, it was, let's see if I can find the stream here. All right. So you're going to pull up a video?
Yep, certainly am. Just give us 2 seconds, Jeff.
Okay. Let me get. So you guys all saw that object, I think, heads up, but let's look for that. April 3rd to April 4th on 28-day cycle. It'd be worth seeing if that is going to be a much larger on a scale that everyone's going to see this, because we see a lot of things happening on these dates. So anyways, yep. What's up? Malibu Messiah, Jabber Justice, Tanis Olson, Karen Dixon, Blue Girl, Joyce, Stormwalker. That's so many. There's like 260 people here. Awesome. Hopkinson, Gary Blumbe, Funky Blue. Good to see you all here. Yep. So, yep, I'm fine. We have been. Oh, that site, by the way, that was in Germany. The video that I captured was in Reno, Nevada, March 6th. And we're fast approaching that. The other interesting date, too, we're also coming up on March 22nd, right? Interesting, right? 322, Skull and Bones. Also, the anniversary day of the Georgia Guidestones was built on March 22nd, 1980. So we're coming up on the 40-year anniversary of that satanic structure. Whatever. All right, so Birmingham Skies, it would be easy. I could just click on your channel here and let's see if I can find him in the on YouTube. Sorry, he had troubles getting into my channel. It was pretty. Actually, I left the link for his channel on my videos, so we could just go there and do it. Yeah, I always like to give credit where credit is due.
Yeah, it's always nice to be nice and give people credit.
Yeah,
because without people's pictures, we wouldn't actually have channels there. So
no, we wouldn't. You know, and I'm no glory hog. You know, if someone caught something, I'm like, show it. You know, I think if I find it compelling enough, I will show it, and you guys get the glory. Or you know, so Oh, the disappearing X. Oh, this is pretty cool. Moving a sea cloud back to the X, right? On a grand scale. Check this out, folks. This was in Scotland. You see that, right? You know what? And if this was the true sun, why are we seeing a focused beam of light? Not just a focused beam of light, but right here. Now, because I have a cracked touchscreen, which is another reason I got computer problems. Do you guys see a distinct X there? Look at this. A perfect 90-degree angle. Right?
Just another 40 camera, of course it is.
Right, it's on the camera, sure. Our sarcasm's wonderful. Look at it. Goes down the cliff, man. Look at that. Another camera off. They won't do a catch like that. I made it over. I got to zoom, and I hope you all got to see that X. It was pretty obvious. You can go back and watch my original footage. I was able to zoom in, but I have this was a capture where I could look at that. Amazing. Absolute. To me, that's a slam dunk, right? Let's see if I can find a Birmingham skies. We're going to watch the spiraling beams of light. What he thought he was being attacked by ghosts. When I spoke with him, I said, I guess we can go into that further. What I think he was seeing, because I was noticing that in Australia, which those cameras are too offline, right?
Oh yeah, near enough every single one
65
now.
cameras, they're gone now, and we can visit that camera real quick.
And we were seeing some very, very good stuff off those cameras as well.
Right, all that stuff, man. All my videos, that the channel's gone. I mean, the website's gone. Oh yeah. Let's see. We had the disappearing moon. That was on these channels. Let's go there real quick. Just take me a second. Sports. What was the name of that channel? Australian camera, right?
Yeah, I'm not really too sure. I've got it in me. I've got it somewhere. I'm not really too sure.
I had it. Here it is. Australian Weather Cam Network. Here we go.
I've got too many bookmarks.
All right. Let me know when you guys.
No. They're all finished. Near enough.
Are you guys?
There's only about 2 cameras left now.
Exactly. Can you guys actually ask the question, but I can't see your comment. Let's see if you guys see my desktop. Okay, you do. All right, on. All right. There may be a delay when you actually see what you see, but I noticed at the top here it says 65 cameras available. I see 10. Right? But even those cameras that say online, like right here, this is online. That's what it says. How line can you get? We click on this camera and let's look. What's the timestamp say? It says July 25th, 2018.
Wow. Yeah.
Right?
I think that's
a
little bit
on live animations. There's nothing you could do. I get this little thing. There's no videos that I can pull up. Nothing. View time lapse. Nothing. I get this thing. Okay, so it's over. There's no. It says online, but it's actually offline. Oh, let's just pick another one. Look at this. This has gone to sleep. Nighty night camera, even though it says online, right? That one's taking a nice deep camera. Here's one. We look at right, and this is why I can't get to post anything, because we got, look at the timestamp on this one. This is December 5th, 2017. That's their last.
I really do like that picture though, because it's
yeah, you see the lens pedal, right? Exactly. Here's your lens pedal effect. This is where I was catching this effect. This is where I learned about the lens pedal effect on seeing them here, because the below the equator seems to see the closest appearing of these objects. So here we had this whole network that the deep state had captured, put them all on their network, and then shut them all down to control what we get to see. That's just some of the videos that have been offline. So all those crazy videos that you captured, feel free to copy my channel because they're gone. What else was I going to show? Oh, I was going to try in Birmingham skies videos. Unless you could pull up the link, would you want to do it?
Let me have a look.
It's
And
really worth watching. And there is what's that other channel from I can't think of her name. She's a nice lady. She got shut down several times, but she's back. Oh, and we got some channels that are now back online, by the way. Yeah, so what was the other English guy that he had a popular channel and he got shut down several times?
wow, I'll put Birmingham Sky in, I'll get football. That's unbelievable.
Really?
Yeah. Let me have a look.
Yeah, we want to get him into the spotlight. We got another sub that's actually back online. So get him back in the spotlight. I can't think of his name. The detective guy, right? What's his name?
Well, we got Buffalo, New York Skywatcher. She's definitely shows some great stuff.
Yes, thank you for your footage too. That was awesome.
Darlene McGee. We got Dave Dobbs, Storm Morning, Dirty Skies, Conformia, Donny of Daytona.
Are they now in our audience now, or?
Not really too sure. I know some of them are.
Okay.
You got Little Wig. 6 was 9. You got Planet X Hunter. I saw his name there earlier.
Oh, okay.
Rise Up with Risey. Smith the Mister. He's now dealing with the coronavirus.
He is.
Yeah.
Wow.
Why are Cerise Wilson, Chris Godfrey? I saw him in the chat earlier. And really, what everybody should be watching for, especially if you live in an earthquake zone, is Dutch Sign. A very, very, very good channel to be keeping an eye on. And you've also got that man called Jeff P. Hello, Jeff.
Hello.
Kelly Kim, Liz Botica, Mark Allslop, Matt Smith, and why have I not got Birmingham Skywatcher?
He was here. Maybe he went to sleep. What time is it over there?
Strawberry Skies.
Strawberry Skies?
3 o'clock in the morning now. I can't find his channel.
See what sacrifice he does for us so he can talk to us. See how hard it is to. Yeah, we're
unbelievable.
Yeah, unbelievable. I can't even find my own videos.
I can't even find my own car keys half the time.
Well, we're going to do this again tomorrow too, right?
Yeah, sure.
What time do you want to kick this off?
Before we go, I just would like to show the world something.
Oh, sure. Let me,
if you don't mind.
I'll let you take over and I'll try and find it.
Okay. Right. I'm going to share my entire screen.
I'll stop my screen.
There you go. And
you are.
I am live.
Oh, there you go.
Right. What we're looking at is an Australian camera, and this happens to be from Kellinger.
Oh, hold on. There is a 20-second lag to let it come up.
And it's Wednesday, October the 19th, 2016. Now, there are multiple channels that have been showing the Soho image, what I would call Ezekiel's wheel. And I think many of you might agree that it looks very, very similar. On here, we've got some lines, as you can see. We've got the petal effect around the outside. We are going to get to see the lens system that's in play. And there are many, many videos of these lenses. But if you look as it comes up here, you'll see it very, very shortly. I've got 2 videos that show exactly the same thing. Look at the lens system. Unbelievable. But just down here, look very, very carefully. Just behind the arrow. What a great place to put it. There happens to be a wheel that looks exactly the same as what is on those cameras. Just there. Can you see that, Jeff?
Yes, I do see it.
Whether that's a trick of the light or it is exactly what we're looking at on the Soho cameras, it makes you wonder.
Hmm.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it is, but it looks very
It is similar to that.
yeah. And here's something that you shouldn't get on camera at all. But of course, that's raindrops or fingerprints or whatever it might be.
Yeah, let's put
So
some raindrops and see if we can reproduce that. Right.
anyway, Jeff, yes, if you would like, we can do this tomorrow. You're very, very welcome. It would be, yeah, I'm sure we can keep the world entertained. And look at that big red flash in the sky that we seem to get on every single camera every morning, every night.
Now, what are the odds of that? What are the odds, right?
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
And here's something. This star, as you can see here, this is quite interesting. This isn't the moon. It's not Venus or Jupiter, as you can well see there. But we're looking at where Jupiter is, where Mercury is, and everything else. We're looking, is this Regulus? And that's 79 light years from Earth, from the sun, whatever it might be. What are the chances of us actually seeing that in the sky that bright? I mean, that is very, very bright, if that is exactly what that is. Yeah, that looks like maybe Venus. At the moment, Venus is extremely bright in the sky. In fact, I would go as far to say that Venus is brighter than the North Star, and I thought the North Star was meant to be the brightest star in our sky.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyway, I just found that quite interesting, and it does look
yeah.
Very, very similar to that object on the Soho.
Yep. Yeah, the Soho does catch some nice stuff, though. So
it's definitely not Venus, what we're looking on the Soho. It's something that shouldn't be on camera. Yet again, it comes past every 3 years. Well, that's what suspicious observers says. Anyway.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Only same place. All right.
Right. Yeah, so if you would like to do this tomorrow, yeah, absolutely not a problem at all.
Okay. What would be a good time for you guys? Maybe get a little more sleep a little earlier in the day?
Unfortunately, because of work, it's going to be after about 9 o'clock in the UK.
Oh, 9 o'clock your time?
Yeah, it's got to be after that time because unfortunately something's happening tomorrow.
Okay. All right.
So we'll actually work the details out and post it up for everybody to have a look at. I would like to thank each and every one of you for coming over and saying hello. It's really nice to see everybody in the chat and really appreciated that you've come to say hello to both of us. I hope you've really enjoyed it.
Yes, I hope you enjoyed it. And thank you, all you moderators who helped moderate the channel, keeping it free from keeping it on topic, right? Geezerman, Tanis, so many names. I try to name you all. Love you all for showing up. Please stay tuned. Been good. It's just very hard. Maybe you're just kind of waiting for things to happen to show you compelling videos that's worth showing, because it's very challenging when they're doing such a great job hiding it with cloud systems, and to make it like, wow, that's pretty amazing, right?
Yeah, it certainly is. I would like to thank each and every one of you, like I said, for coming. If you've got any pictures or videos that you would like to share, send them to Jeff, because my email at the moment looks like a car crash. I've got about 3,000 that I haven't got around to reading, as you will know. Lots has been going on with me, and there is a lot going on in the world at the moment. I think we can agree. I think maybe what we'll touch on tomorrow is some of the topics that are going on in the world. That's for sure.
Right. Yeah, we had so much stuff to show. We didn't really talk much about what's going on with the virus and what's coming up next and what we think about things like that as well.
Is there a virus? I didn't realize. I just thought everybody was buying toilet roll.
Yeah, they're going to need that toilet roll when they see this thing come in, though.
Oh, yes, most
if
definitely.
You catch my drift. So like, oh, shoot, maybe I should have toilet papered that house. I'm going to need that when this thing comes in.
I just think personally things are going to get very, very interesting over a very, very short period of time, because I'm not actually worried about the CV in any way, shape, or form. I'm worried about the economic bomb that's just about to be dropped.
You know what's funny? I'm at hey, I'm gonna try and look at everybody's videos when we get time in the middle of this. I'm sorry. It's hard to. I'm trying to read the comments as fast as things moving. All right, so kind of back to what we were talking about.
Yes, we'll just we'll get into that tomorrow, and maybe we can be a little bit more professional. I doubt it very much. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well,
because we're in the Matrix.
Yeah, welcome to the Matrix.
The trouble is, I'm old and I've got to push buttons, and those two things don't really go together.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
I've got grey hair and everything.
Yeah, I miss you guys too so much, and hopefully with all the little extra time that I have now, I'm actually have like paid time to just do nothing, which is kind of fun and cool. So hope to get you some more of a chat and go over the old footage. I was like, what am I going to talk about? Because so much stuff is just covered up, you know. I was just let you know that even with Sacramento on lockdown, I'm still able to go out and get my essential ice cream trip.
Oh, so, yeah. How was your ice cream?
It was delicious. I went to Trader Joe's out here, and there was a line, but just to keep people from grabbing more than they should be grabbing.
What flavor did you get?
I've got cherry vanilla.
Hey, look at you.
Yeah, so it was with dark chocolate and cherries in it, so it was good.
So you just went out for ice cream. You didn't buy any toilet roll in whatsoever.
No, I didn't have to panic. I already had enough of that. Not that I hoarded any. I'm fine. It's gonna be fine. They're actually stocking the shelves. It's like people just. I think when they get enough, they're gonna be. Things are gonna kind of level out. Yeah. But the paranoid level has definitely stepped up. When I look at this, if you look at these death tolls, nobody's dying of very few people. So I think, I think this is a test run for the real deal, but this is just to see our obedience levels. And there's no cops out making sure you're obeying the law. You can actually exercise out here too. That's people are walking their dogs, they're riding their bikes. It was a little bit quiet. Now, San Francisco, I don't know. That might look pretty ominous over there, but as far as it's over here, it was pretty normal.
Do you know what I find quite amazing? People were starting to talk to each other.
Yes. You know what? And it kind of reminded me of an episode of The Simpsons. I don't know what happened in that episode, but everybody's staring at the TV sets and stuff. And I don't know, maybe it was an EMP. They just lost everything. And everybody's staring at the TV sets and their cell phones. And then all of a sudden, like, maybe not cell phones, but they just like ringed out their eyes and they stepped outside and like, oh, and all of a sudden, like a little bit later, kids are playing outside on the swings. They're playing hopscotch. They're actually talking to one another. And I look at like so much, I think there's like blessings in disguise in all this. Like kids are get to spend time with parents because everybody's home now and they're getting paid for this.
So well, I can see the divorce rate going through the roof, actually.
Hey, Henry A. Yep. Hope we have more of a casual chat. Well, now that everybody knows that we're going to go live approximately, what do you think, about 5 o'clock my time?
If that's about 9 o'clock my time, yeah, I ain't got a clue.
Something like that. I think that's when I try to go live.
Is 3:21, Jeff. What time is yours now?
I've got 8:21 over here.
Okay.
So what is that? 12-hour difference? 6. It's still the 20th over here too.
It's the 21st here.
Oh, okay.
I'm in the 21st.
Hey, welcome to spring equinox, by the way.
Hey.
You saw it first.
It was snowing here today.
Yeah, during the spring equinox. Yeah. All right. So, yeah, interesting. Keep your eyes peeled for April 3rd. We'll see you all tomorrow. Hope to see more of you here and hope to try and answer some questions and chit chat and just have a fun time because we've got anything better to do, right? Maybe to share some information. I'm going to go back to the chat room and we're going to see.
Maybe we could swap cooking recipes.
Yeah, cooking recipes. I make a Serrano chicken. It's pretty spicy.
I'll be over in 10 minutes.
All right. Well, it's hard to say goodbye to all my friends and family here. It's pretty cool, but it is getting close to bedtime, even for me now. So you're like lost sleep over this. So thank you so much, Niges, for showing up and sacrificing your sleeping hours to be on this channel.
Absolutely no problem. I'm actually getting paid while I'm working. I mean, yes.
Oh, yeah.
That's exactly what you say, Jeff. I understand. Yeah. I'll get the code, mate. But yes, I would like to thank yet again everybody for turning up. It's been extremely enjoyable, and I hope you understand what I've tried to say and show. And yeah, the sun simulator is an LED light in the sky.
Right.
For me, that just proves everything, really.
Right. I think it makes the perfect sense to keep a light shining like the sun during a solar eclipse, unexpected solar or lunar eclipse.
Yes. Well,
So we need
if you
something
look at
shining, otherwise the skies go dark.
if you look at our moon, it does turn red occasionally. Why would it be
does.
red? I wonder why it
There's
would be
no
red.
reason for that, unless we've got a visitor, right?
Well, of course, it's to do with the atmosphere, isn't it? Causing that refraction of light, and it turns it red. No, it's not.
Right.
Come on.
It's only getting redder. Yeah. Anyways, we're gonna call this one. God bless everyone that showed up. Thank you so much. Thank you, Gina, Seven Leisure. Gina, I just made you moderator. She's been a faithful follower for years, so it's been great. Stay close to the truth. Speak evil of no one. God bless you all, and good night.
Yes, much love, much peace to everybody. And yeah, Stephen, leisures. Night as well.
All right.
Thank you very much for all coming, and we'll see you tomorrow. Hope you
Tomorrow,
tune in.
5 o'clock Pacific time. I'll make a short video. Anyways, good night, everyone.
Or 9 o'clock UK.
Oh, 9 o'clock UK, or whatever, wherever you're from.
Bring your ice cream and popcorn.
Yes, bring your ice cream and popcorn. Pull up a chair. All right. Good night, all.
Take care.